Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. Yes, human beings, we are going to go back to Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. And as I said, that beautiful island, or what used to be a beautiful island, or those sections of islands in that, what you call the Bermuda Triangle, those, whatever, used to be very beautiful islands. However, the men, and especially men, because when Jamaica got a female prime minister, or president, a female prime minister, I was very excited when she was addressing the United Nations as assembly. I said to her that my mother, as the prime minister of Jamaica, you have the to use that position of influence to let every Jamaican little girl and little boys too, that the gang, the pimps gang lifestyle, which had infested Jamaica and turned Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, into something that was ugly. You as a prime minister, you had all the whatever that you could do to remove whatever was remaining of bad influence, whereby Jamaica had become a magnet for disease. Disease, that is when you turn what you call a human trafficking, and you bring women, girls from all over the world, and you say, oh, come and visit our tourist destination, and we will, when these girls or boys get to Jamaica, they are either, they have what you call 24 hours supply of drugs. And the little girls in Jamaica, the natives and non-natives, they are exposed to sexual, what you call practice, a very dirty practice of sexual gratification, what have you, which causes them to either to, if they are to come back to go to their countries, they'll be carrying disease after being influenced by either drugs or raped by boys in Jamaica or whatever, because it's towards this nation. You have this Ebidula, denied whatever, karaoke and whatever, every single day, which causes the brains of little boys and little girls to think that that's a very nice way of life. No, it's not. If you cannot look to the future, and as I showed you that disease, they are now what we call diseases. Every other 10 minutes, there's a new disease on the scale, on the plate for those men and women who say we engage, our trade is this kind of industry. Disease has always been there. If men go out of their head and say we are better, no, men, you are not better than disease, and you have very, very little as human beings, very, very little leeway to kind of maneuver if we are to say to disease, disease, encircle these islands like a hurricane will come. If a hurricane invaded those islands or whatever, what will men do? What will they do? The same way disease does when it's commanded to do its work. To root out and kind of remove those extra whatever and damn them in what they've been promoting for years. So that way, to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, when I spoke to you and I did send a video, and then you returned and said, these men, these gangs of pimps are very powerful. No, they are not. You as women, Organize yourself if you want to see a beautiful life, because you women of Jamaica, very beautiful mothers of mine. If you allow men who go and drink and they come and say, they take you as a, because in Jamaica there are boys who can say, you can sell your body and you come back and you give him the money and then he goes and buys a bottle of cognac or champagne or whatever. Haven't you seen it in Jamaica? It's very common there. That's why I became very angry and I said, how can these men and whatever do this, these gangs of people do this to these children, little children? A mother who carries you for 9 months and then you put her on the table as a commodity for sale. How could you do that? How could you do that? And why would you do that? You can only do that because your day begins in whatever, in the time of hazard. You drink, you smoke whatever weed, and you say, this is our way of life. No. Drugs, peddling drugs, selling drugs is a heinous crime against humanity, against yourselves. That's when you cannot recognize that these beautiful mothers of mine, or girls of Jamaica, are very special creations. That's when they send these boys send the karaoke songs of the Mickey Mouse songs to Kenya, all over the world, that we are reggae boys, we are Rastafarians. Rastafarian, what does the Rastafarian mean? Tell me. I gave you an example, one of the boys who would have been very, very, but we always make what we call proof and signs and evidence that Bob Marley was a good boy. However, I think having been influenced by those men who are always 24 hours under the influence of drugs, he thought that Rastafarian was a religion. No. Rastafarian was not a religion, and it will never be a religion. It's a kind of a sick something in there, which makes yourselves the red and white blood cells in your body to die, to commutate into cancer cells, to mutate into anything that destroys anyone who say that your religion is that or that or that. But the true religion of every living human being is pure, clean Islam. Pure, very, very clean Islam, that like the day you are born. The day you are born, men and women, each and every one of you. Each and every one of you living human beings. The day you come out of your mother's womb, Allah tells you that, tell whoever is waiting for you out there that Allah, 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 Allah. That is a noise that the child makes. It's not a noise. It's a shahad as-kabir to tell those men and women out there that indeed the name Allah is mentioned very loudly, either by the entire universe, as it is in the entire universe, or by a single mouth of a little new baby born child, to say that there is one creator and his name is Allah, and that name or Allah is only interpreted very well to human beings in a holy book, the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran. And people who are under that guidance of the Holy Quran are classified as Muslims. So that means every human being who has ever said, Allah, Allah, who has ever cried as a little boy, a little girl, your religion is purely Islam. Keep Islam very beautiful. Keep Islam very clean. Keep Islam very, very beautiful, because it is very, very beautiful. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar.